Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jini, and in today's video I'll show you guys part 3 of my collection. I'll be showing you guys all of my virtual pets that are not Tamagotchi, except for my Digimon devices, because I want to make a dedicated video for my Digimon devices. But here are all the Punirunes, the Sumikko Gurashi virtual pets, as well as my GigaPets and just other odd pets, I'd call them. Yeah, as always, I don't want to talk too much, so without further ado, let's get started. We'll start with my Punirunes devices. I often get asked which devices I can recommend besides Tamagotchi that have kind of like the same features but with a little bit of a twist. I'd probably say the Punirunes are a very good alternative if you're looking for virtual pets that have all the virtual pets typical functions like feeding, cleaning, playing mini games, and especially like the growth aspect that you know from Tamagotchi and that I love very much. As far as I know, this is the first version of the Punirunes. What comes with the Punirunes is that you have kind of like a mochi pad button inside that you can put your finger on and interact with your pet, and it's very soft. It really feels like a mochi. Yep, that's basically like the gimmick of the Punirunes. If you haven't already watched my other reviews on the Punirunes, I will link them here. I have very thorough reviews on the Punirunes Sanrio version and the Punirunes Puni style version. I'd say that these ones are very similar to the original version that you may have seen in local toy stores, the blue one, but this one features, as you can see, Sanrio characters, and this one you can actually flip upside down, and then you can enter like the crystal world and play a few other mini games as well as discover other characters. As you can see here, I think out of all of the releases, it's very difficult for me to decide. I think the Sanrio version is probably my favorite Punirunes version. I actually also have the Punirunes Punitomo, and this device is very special because as far as I know, this is the only one you can connect to another Punirunes, and this is what makes this version so unique. Then let's move on to my Sumikko Gurashi devices. This was my first Sumikko Gurashi device. This is the Sumikko Gurashi Catch, and as you can see, it features like these different sticks that you can insert into your vpet and then interact with the Sumikko Gurashi characters. This one is the deluxe version, so it came with a cute little fluffy pouch with it. I just think the Sumikko Gurashi vpets are so incredibly cute. It can get frustrating because the meters deplete so fast, but it takes so many like iterations of feeding your Sumikko characters to fill up the meters. So this is something to keep in mind. And this, I would say, is a typical collection type virtual pet. So it's more about collecting. In this case, it's about collecting stickers. So there is this virtual pet aspect to it, but there's no growth or so of the characters. But I'd love a device where you can kind of raise a Sumikko Gurashi character. I think that would be so cute. Unfortunately, there isn't such a device as far as I know. If you don't know this franchise, every character has its own story. The cat, for example, is very shy and I think socially very anxious. They all have their own personality. Do you have a favorite Sumikko Gurashi? I like Neko a lot because, yeah, I mean, it's a cat and I love cats, but I like them all because they're all so unique. I imagine them to be very squishy and cute in real life. This is the Sumikko, so this is the Sumikko Gurashi Mikke. This is so cool because it actually features a camera. So in that aspect, it really reminds me of the Tamagotchi Pix and Pix Party, but I have to be honest, the camera function doesn't really work that well, but I just love this Halloween theme of it. There are a bunch of Halloween stickers that you can collect. Let me actually show it to you guys. This is actually how the device looks like, and what I love about the Sumikko vpets is that you can always very easily get rid of the faceplate and change it out. So this one, for example, the backside is a different faceplate. You can just put the faceplate back on and it's very easy, like on the For You. I wish they would do that more with Tamagotchi models as well. I know that we all love to customize our Tamas. With this detachable faceplate, it's just so convenient. And here's the little camera. I love that the Sumikko Gurashi devices are always just so cutely made. Even the backside of them have like little characters, and he's holding a little camera as well. Here's the little shutter with a little face on it. It's so cute. The Sumikko Gurashi characters, they cannot pass away, which is a big plus for me, and a very cute device to just run on the go or when you're just very busy. This actually came with a case that I tried to use once. It was so difficult to get my device out of that case. So the next Sumikko Gurashi device I'd like to show you guys is the Sumikko Gurashi Water, and there's also a blue version. This device my boyfriend actually gifted to me, very kindly so. show it to you. It is so pretty. And as you can see, it actually has like a liquid inside. By flipping the device upside down, you can enter the water mode and play different mini games. It's very fun, but there again, it's so difficult to fill up all of the meters. Since for the Sumikko Gurashi vpets, you're taking care of 5 characters at once. It's very difficult to keep the meters full, so keep that in mind if you're looking into these devices. And here again, it's very easy to just change out the faceplate. This is the glitter side. And it also has this side. Oh, this is also glittery. And put the faceplate back on, like that. But it looks like a little potion, I think. The Sumikko Gurashi friends. This one is a little bit different. It definitely was a lot easier to fill up their meters. You can actually pet them. Wait, let me show you. So this is the actual device. And then you have like these faceplates that you can put on top. Just like that. Then it would actually change the screen to show you the face of, for example, Tokage or Shirokuma. You can interact with it, you can like shake him, you can pat his head, you can actually press the little hands. I think pedometer vpets are always really interesting. I like these features in virtual pets a lot, but I just have my difficulties filling up the steps, to be honest with you guys. As far as I know, there was like a deluxe version of this one as well. It actually came with the changeable faceplate of Neko, but I didn't get it because you cannot get it separately, so I'd have to buy like a whole new version. I'd say the catch is probably my favorite just because I really like the catches that you can use to interact with your pet and just like catch new Sumikko or like dunk tonkatsu into the oil to fry him. Now I'll just proceed with my random other vpets. First, let's come to my Chiikawa vpet. I've made a review on this one that I will link here. There's also one device with a camera that I haven't tried out. I was actually surprised. It has quite a few features. It actually does have a few mini games. It also has difficulty levels. And of course, all of the Chiikawa characters are represented and you can collect a bunch of outfits for them and just a bunch of items. Let me show you guys the cute outfits. For Chiikawa fans, this is probably a lot of fun. Like the Sumikko Gurashi vpets, it's more of a collection type vpet. There's not so much of a growth going on. That of course also means that your pet cannot pass away, which is a plus for a lot of busy people, I think. Now let's move on to 2 of my favorite vpets. First, the Yummy Jam House. It features a bunch of animals that you can raise, so it does have the typical growth aspect to it. And similar to the Sumikko Gurashi catch, you can use the spoon to interact with your pet. If you don't know, I love bunnies, and this is also one of the rare vpets that feature a bunny character, so this has a special place in my heart. And the characters look super cute. It's actually in Korean, so it may a little bit difficult to navigate, but a bunch of my vpets are in Japanese, and it has never been a problem for me because most of these don't operate with a lot of language anyways. The Yummy Shake House, similar to the Yummy Jam House, you take care of a bunch of characters. They can also grow up, so there's this growth aspect as well. You can pet it, you can even give it like a different hairstyle. There are so many fun functions, and this one is probably one of my favorite vpets. Keep in mind though that this one has a touchscreen, this one doesn't, so if you like touchscreens on your vpets, I can really recommend this one. If you don't like touchscreens so much, then I'd recommend the Yummy Jam House. Then I also have the Sanrio Pocket Room. It's a little house, as you can see, and you can actually open it like that. I love how responsive the buttons are. In general, there's no growth aspect whatsoever. It's also more of a collection type vpet, and if you're a Sanrio fan, this can definitely be something for you. Here are a few characters that you can interact with. Here a bunch of mini games. I will link my review of this device here. This is the Mocchimaruzu, and as you can see, it's a fluffy vpet. You can actually put the ears down like this and put them back up with like a few buttons here on the back. Underneath the cheeks there are buttons that you can press, as well as underneath the nose. You take care of a hamster. It can actually grow up, so there's the growth aspect. There are a few different hamster variations that you can raise. There are a bunch of mini games, be it hamsters or bunnies. I love them all. They're just so cute. As far as I know, there's also a cat and different hamster variations. I've heard that the like squishy parts are very prone to like breaking. That's maybe something to keep in mind. So one of the last vpets I have is actually from the Precure series. I've actually watched the whole delicious Party Precure anime and I really liked it. So here's the device. It actually came with a different faceplate that you can put on top and a little recipe pea, these are called. And the recipe peas have like QR codes on the bottom that you can scan here. And this one is very cute because you're taking care of Kome Kome, the little mascot of the series. There's also a growth aspect to it. It features a bunch of scenes from the anime and the screen quality actually surprised me. It's quite good and quite vibrant. I also have a bunch of black and white screen virtual pets. This is the first one, the Flower Go Walk. It's so retro feeling. It's actually a collaboration with the artist Takashi Murakami. You may know this flower from his art. It's mainly a pedometer virtual pet, so you can also feed it, it can also change, you can get different leaves. There are a bunch of destinations that you can visit and then you'll have to walk with your Flower Go Walk. You can also pet your flower, you can feed it, you can water it. Very, very unique. It's definitely worth checking out. This is really supposed to be a pocket virtual pet that you take with you. I forgot to show you guys my Punitapi-chan that I'm currently running. Very similar to the Yummy Shake House, you have the straw that you can interact with. You can mix a bunch of drinks, you can collect new Tapi-chan. It's also a collection type vpet. This one in comparison to the Yummy Shake House doesn't have the growth aspect. You're not really feeding the boas, you're just collecting them, mixing new drinks. It's very easygoing, laid back. I don't even know if I'd consider it to be a virtual pet. Then I also have this Littlest Pet Shop vpet. And this also doesn't have a growth aspect to it. You can't feed the pet, it's more about unlocking new mini games. It's very low commitment, which I really appreciate about it. Yeah, you can't really see because of my camera lens, but here's the little butterfly. Okay. I also have this Bitzee Doghouse. I was asked for a review of the Bitzee devices quite a few times now, and I said to myself I would try one out at least once. The holographic Bitzee vpets, I wasn't a big fan of them. I just felt like the holographic image just didn't feel good looking at it. But with this Bitzee Doghouse, it's a little bit different. It reminds me a lot of Pixel Chicks. It's quite charming. There's the 3D background, but you have this screen similar to the Punirunes, where you have like a 3D background and you can see the straw, but there's like a 2D screen on top of it. So I thought this one was kind of interesting. Very cute, the animations. I also have a bunch of GigaPets. This is the GigaPets Bit Bunny device. You can actually raise a bunny family, which I think is so cute. The minigames are a lot of fun. It has 30 minigames, so it has more content than you might think. I also have the GigaPets Cryptids. We almost made it, guys. So I also have the frog version of the GigaPets, the Compu Kitty version, and the first GigaPets Pixie version. There's also one device with a glittery shell, and it's supposed to be a lot easier. This one is very hard to take care of. And now I also have a bunch of vintage vpets. For example, these devices. They are the Love Chew 2 devices, and you can actually connect them. Unfortunately, they are not really working anymore. You're actually raising like a bird type character. You can connect them, and as the name says, Love Chew is about the relationship of these two. Then I also have the Tico Tico Angel. It's a lot more a pedometer than anything else. It counts your steps, and you can also play a mini game, a slot machine mini game. You are training this little blob here. You can set the steps that you want to reach every day, and there are a bunch of characters that you can raise, and depending on how you fill your step counts every day, it can also get overweight and stuff. It's very, very cute. Fun fact, this one I accidentally dropped into water once, but somehow it was still working. I took out the batteries and let it dry for a few days, so the display is a little bit weak sometimes, but it's still working. These things were just a bit different back then, I feel like. I also have this device. This is the Arukundes. It's obviously inspired by Dragon Quest. It's also a pedometer virtual pet. You need to complete quests by walking a lot and discover new areas of the map. Just to give you guys a little impression of the characters. This one you may have seen from one of my shorts. It's the Hello Kitty Mecha Izute. I want to be Dynamite Body. What a statement. It is a virtual pet about Hello Kitty wanting to get a dynamite buddy for her date with her boyfriend Daniel. Yeah, let's just leave it at that. This is the Mikalon in Devitan. Not really vpet because you're not really raising like a devil or an angel. It's more of a collection type vpet, and it's more of a like fortune telling vpet as well. You can collect different types of angels and devils. It's a very unique game style because you're actually supposed to connect it with another Mikalon and Devitan device and to see how compatible you are. I only own one, so that's not possible for me. And there's a slot machine game. I think it's kind of difficult to win. This L'Arc-en-Ciel vpet. There are 2 cats that you can take care of. You try to foster their relationship. It's actually inspired by the band L'Arc-en-Ciel. I also have these 2, the Raku Raku Dino-kun and the Yuki Penguin. I think they're quite similar and they have quite similar menus. Very old school vpets. Okay guys, so we come to the last 3 vpets. First, this one. I don't actually know the name of this one, but it's an alien vpet. It's so bizarre because this one can actually change depending on the waves or like the frequency of the waves it's receiving when you put it next to your phone or near your microwave. I think it's so interesting just how many bizarre virtual pets there are. Then I also have the Kero 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 Pi vpet, and you obviously raise Kero 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 Pi. You can actually set the weather and the water temperature. It kind of reminds me of the Tamagotchi Umino. And this is actually a Tenchi Muyo vpet. As the name implies, it's inspired by the anime. Very unique vpet where you can raise Ryo-Oki. That's it for part 3 of my collection. If you haven't seen my other 2 parts, I will link them here and here, or like here and here. I wish you guys a happy Easter if you're watching this before Easter or on Easter. Thank you guys so much for watching. I wish you a beautiful weekend. Take care and I hope to see you soon. Bye!